What's up you guys and welcome back to the channel. Aubrey, Nico and I are taking the camper van and we're on our way to Big Bend National Park, and we decided to stay here in the very sunny Monahans Sandhill State Park.
And it has been a long time since we've given you guys an update on the van, how it's performing, our overall thoughts of the van now that we've had it converted for about 6 months. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing today as we make our way to and through Big Bend.
Now the drive to Dallas to this state park is 6.5 hours, and then the remaining drive to Big Bend is only 2.5 hours.
Now the reason why we decided to take the van on this trip to Big Bend is because it's actually one of the only chances that we'll be able to take the van on a multi-day trip until September.
With the busy camping season coming up, people have been booking their trips out months in advance.
The van is going out on a week-and-a-half long trip a few days after we return from this Big Bend trip, and then from April until June it's going basically on back-to-back trips every couple of weeks, and then at the end of June it's going out on a 2.5 month long rental, and it won't be back until September.
And we knew we were dying to go on at least one van trip this summer, and this is going to be our only opportunity. And Nico's loving it.
Hundreds of artists.
Look at that, take it.
Thousands of songs. Only on 99.
And here it goes. Our van's about to hit 30,000 miles. Pretty big milestone considering it's a 2015. And he's sick. Boop, boop, boop. Hooray! The nice thing about the van is you can stop anywhere and enjoy your lunch. Seems like after driving 30 hours, we're finally here.
It does not feel like 2.5.
It does not feel like 2.5.
That is one of the problems of the van, is that it doesn't seem like you get anywhere quickly. A 2.5 hour trip quickly becomes honestly closer to like 4.5 hours.
Feels like that, yeah. After like 2 million hours, we have finally arrived at our primitive campsite.
You can camp in areas like this without having to actually camp and be in the elements, and with the van we still get things like AC and running water.
But I'm hungry.
Now in every rental we do include this clear bucket, as you can see. It used to be for the RV, and in the bucket is cooking supplies. And so we do provide things like small propane canisters, the pots and pans, and also this grill, which can be used for cooking.
I don't like this table. It's too many steps. You gotta undo that, you gotta do that, you gotta make sure these are locked into position, then you gotta take your leggies.
That's the most annoying part, is the stupid legs.
What the hell is this? Building IKEA furniture every damn time pull up the table? Cut the camera! Yeah.
I guess pickles.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, it took a hit. Oh no.
What?
Here, hold on. Out here on the basin, things are flying around, including our camera, which decided to fall as it was doing a time lapse. So we'll find out in the morning if it's badly damaged, but oh well. Such is van life. Well, we don't have very much sauce coverage, and Aubrey didn't download any movies, so
We have Uno.
we're gonna play some Uno and go to bed. We'll see you guys in the morning. Well, it's bright and early, 5 a.m. in the morning. Just kidding.
5 a.m.
It's 9:06 actually.
How'd you sleep?
Terrible.
Did you?
No, actually I slept pretty good.
We're only here for one day, and we know that one of the things that we want to do while we're here is cross into the Mexico border, because I've never been to Mexico. HP went when he was a baby, but it doesn't really count. And so we want to cross over the border while we're here, and so between hiking and going into Mexico, we have a lot to do.
Wait! Watch
Hey.
the paint! Don't touch the trim!
So we're heading out of our primitive campsite and we're heading back into the main portion of Big Bend, and this is where the roads get really rough.
The nice part about going on really bumpy stuff like this is we find out really quickly what wasn't secured in the back.
The van always sounds like it's gonna fall apart. It's so dramatically loud, I feel like. God!
Is the TJ Maxx over here? Ooh, finally, the end. Piece of cake. Getting some hiking in. Obs is in charge of the water, and she says I'm only allowed a little bit every few minutes. And it's been about 2 hours. We're actually on a nice little 5-mile round trip hike. Round trip meaning that this first part is downhill, so we'll keep you guys updated because this part is pretty easy.
1 hour later.
So the downside about getting gas in the middle of nowhere is that they can charge middle of nowhere prices, like $4 a gallon for regular. Way there. Not a penny more.
So HP and I currently have a dilemma. Now, we ended up taking far too long on our hike, and as a result, the Big Bend port of entry into Mexico is closed until the morning, which is a huge bummer because I know I wanted to get an early start to the drive home tomorrow because it's quite long and I don't want to get home super late. So if we stay here overnight and go to the Big Bend port of entry tomorrow morning, the earliest we can do that is 9, which means realistically we're probably not going to end up leaving here until probably 12, like
Yeah.
I think at the earliest.
And I want a margarita.
Or to fulfill HP's hearts and dreams of getting a margarita, we can go to a different border crossing about 2 hours away. Now, I'm sort of in the camp of doing that because what are we going to be doing for the next 4 hours? We're kind of going to be diddling at a campsite. I don't want to hike anymore, neither does HP. We have about 4 hours of daylight left.
I think we go get a margarita.
I think we just go to Mexico. Now, I'm just blown away by this.
Even Nico likes it.
We have never been to the Texas border before, or I guess Mexico-Texas border, and I didn't even know anything that looked like this was in Texas.
The Tex-Mex border, if you will.
This is just one of the things that I love about the van is we're able to make an impromptu change and we don't have to worry about things like finding a hotel because we can just sleep in the van. If we were driving in a regular car, I don't think this would have been possible.
No, not at all. Plus we'd have to cancel reservation.
It just becomes way harder.
Yeah.
We lost our $15 that we paid for a camp spot in Big Bend, but it is well worth it.
Jump, jump, jump. Very good. But now let's continue our 2-hour trek to get some Mexican food. just like that, we're in Mexico.
Also, there were like no palm trees anywhere on the other side.
Let's go get some tacos. Well, we got our tacos. No margaritas, unfortunately, but no worries. We got margaritas at home.
But dinner was only $12 and these cookies were only $3. So pretty steal of the deal. But now it's time to head back home.
Welcome to Texas. Drive friendly, the Texas way.
That's the Texas way.
Well, after continued driving since we got done eating tacos in Mexico, we made it as far as Fort Stockton, Texas, which means we only have 6 hours and 48 minutes to go when we wake up in the morning. But we're stopped here at the local, where are we, Flying J?
Flying J.
And we're gonna sleep here for the night, calling it quits. I'm way tired, Aubrey's tired too, and I think Nico is as well. He's kind of over it. So we'll see you guys in the morning. And ta-da, we're back on the road, bright and early at 6 a.m.
We got on the road around 9:45 a.m., way later than I had wanted to for the morning. Now our GPS says that we'll be home in about 6 hours, which is something I'm looking forward to. This has been a great trip, but I'm definitely ready to get home, get back to work, and ready to take a shower because I'm feeling pretty gross myself.
But we'll save you the boring part of the trip on the way home. We'll see you in about 6 hours. Well guys, it's 6 p.m. We fought through Dallas traffic, but we are very excited to be home. And even Nico too, he got the zoomies the second we walked through the door.
But you guys, thanks for tuning along with us as we make our trip to and from Big Bend. We have some new stuff coming to the fleet, so make sure to stay tuned for those videos coming soon.
And as always, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And we'll see you in the next episode.